version controlled and lifecycle controlled, so you can keep track of not just what version you're on and the whole history of the versions you've gone through, but also what lifecycle state. Is this item, is this revision in work, or is this revision released? And by keeping it all in this one place, you can do lots of searching and reporting. Windchill has a great built-in search feature, so the engineers can search for what they need in the system. They don't necessarily have to know exactly where it is. They just can all go to PDMLink to get that. The benefits of this is you get improved design productivity. There's no wasted time looking for items, and a distributed product development kind of model, so you can have other people from other locations logged in and looking at things, and it's not just like who happens to be in the office or next to the desk can participate in the development process.
Exactly. Thank you, Kai. On a quick note, we just wanted to make a quick reference. Last week we had the ProEngineer Wildfire 5 introduction, and we also discussed how ProEngineer Wildfire 5 has given some great integration with SolidWorks and Inventor, and can work with a native file in that application in ProEngineer Wildfire 5. So as the developments have been coming through from PTC, we're seeing some great integration with the CAD application itself in ProEngineer, and working with the multi-CAD environment that a lot of companies experience today. So with that said, I'll turn it back over to Kai, but please note the applications have been designed with a multi-CAD environment emphasis. Okay, Kai?
Okay. For enterprise users, they also have the benefit of having a single source of data for all the product information, and it's an online interface. There's no need for any program to install on your client's computer. A web browser is all you need, so your sales guys can get in, your CEO can get in and look at your product information. And with that, the web-based access is something that almost pretty much everybody should be familiar with now, so it's a very friendly environment for people, a very familiar environment for people to work in. It holds document management, as I touched on before, so not just engineers will be able to take advantage of this. Your sales guy, your manufacturer, will be able to store their documents related to the product in there as well, so they can see it and they know exactly where that is. There's visualization capabilities where you can check in a part, and PDMLink will create a 3D model of that in Products View, and this is a web browser plugin that will let you view that 3D model. So there's no need for ProEngineer to be there, and you can still have somebody look at the 3D representation, spin it around, look at the part without actually needing the CAD program that it was authored in. And again, searching, they can go in and search. Your sales guy or your manufacturer can search for the information that they need. PDMLink has full index searching. So that means it'll search within documents. So even if your engineers are not very good at naming their documents, you can still find what you need because we'll search the contents of the document for what you're looking for. This helps improve participation from people outside of the traditional core engineering group, so they can interact, and you can make sure that you have a product that's not just well engineered, but one that's easy to manufacture and easy to sell. For administrators, PDMLink offers a great web-based architecture for doing almost all of your administrative tasks. It comes out of the box with a bunch of predefined rules, access controls, and setups that's good for most companies. A lot of companies don't need to do anything or do very minor tweaks to the system. Should you need to do tweaks, the online interface is easy to configure. It's a nice graphical interface, so you can make your changes. As you can see here on the right side of the picture is showing what a life cycle looks like. So you can, that pictograph there for the life cycle is actually used when you're setting up your life cycle. Very clear. Here's where you go. This is the next life cycle state that you go in progression. It integrates your system with your corporate Active Directory. So say you have Microsoft Active Directory where all of your users have a central login base, a computer that controls all the logins. We can integrate with that so you can use the same login that your users use to log into their computers, can log them into PDMLink. PDMLink is also scalable across multiple sites, so like time zones and languages. So you can have one user will log in and they'll see it in English, another user will log in and they'll see it in Chinese. And with multiple sites, you can have replication. So if you've got a group in North America and then another group in China, you can do that. It works really well. And if you're, say, China does not have a very good internet connection, to improve their performance, Windchill allows for replication, automated replication. You set up a smaller, lightweight server in China. It'll copy all the data over there automatically, keep track of it, keep it up to date without your administrator needing to do anything. And that group can access it on their local network, the performance of their local network, without having to go all the way across the ocean, halfway around the world, to pull that data. And this helps, with efficient system administration. There's not as big of a learning curve with a lot of other systems that are text-based, and it's a very high-performance system. It can do, anything you need it to, and won't have users complaining about system performance. So with that, I can talk a little bit about the architecture. Windchill or PDMLink has for a site, given a site, you've got yours installed. You can have one or more organizations associated to that, and then each organization has different products and libraries. These are kind of like containers. You can kind of think of them as like a folder for everything to do with that product or that, or in a library. And if you notice, there's a reference to templates on there. You can make templates for products, for libraries, for documents, for parts, and these templates then let you just create a new product with the same template. So you've got your same access controls assigned to the new product, your same folder structure within the product, automatically there in just a few clicks of a button when you need to make a new one, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel and recreate that. Libraries, the idea with them is that if you've got standard parts, say a bolt, that's not something that's really product specific or something that you necessarily design. It's usually an off-the-shelf part. So you can keep track of those parts in a library and then use it in multiple different products, and just helps you keep track of how you logically would organize your product and what parts go to what, and then what information would be associated to what groups of items. If you notice the ... on the screen relative to replication, so if you have a second site, it will take everything from that first site and it can replicate it over to that second site, so that the users of the second site get the maximum full performance without sucking up all of your internet bandwidth to do that, or having the lag of simply being far away. PDMLink is designed to be a corporate-wide solution, a scalable corporate-wide solution. So if you have 10 people, you can take advantage of it. If you have 5,000 people, all of them can run on PDMLink. It's very scalable, easy to do, and with that, it has a lot of capabilities that are good to use for your whole corporation. It's got enhanced management. So as I was talking before, all of your documents are revision controlled, history controlled. It has enterprise class change management, so you can keep track of your change process. Instead of having a paper that you pass around and sign, okay, you've approved this change, it can all be automated and kept track of in the workflows within PDMLink, so that full history and that direct tie to here's the change, this went to this revision of the part, and you can click right through and, oh, that was the part we were looking at, or vice versa, look at a part and see all the changes listed that were ever associated to that part. it has